Let's get busy. Daily chart, S&P 500 futures, December contracts. Another pretty big update. Not big as yesterday, but big update. 3 updates in a row here. Obviously, the Trump train is impacting the markets. 6,000. I think I said a month or two ago when we were down by 5,700, I said I think we could, or 5,800. Sorry, I said I think we could even get to 6,000. I didn't know it was going to happen this fast. And of course, I didn't know what the outcome of the elections were going to be. But now that Trump has been elected with a massive landslide victory, as I mentioned yesterday, wasn't even close. The Trump train continues here. The market is very bullish on the idea of him being president. Which for everybody out there, even if you hate Trump, at least if you're objective about it, you realize the entire world trades S&P 500, guys. It isn't just Americans, right? Everybody all over the world trades this index. So the world is having confidence in the American market, right? Right. So they think Trump's a good thing for the economy, and they're probably right. Okay, I don't know how long this will last. We'll see. Right now it's extremely bullish. This looks really, really bullish here. I think if Camel had won, to be honest with you, this would have done that. I honestly believe that. And gold would have gone nuts. But we got Trump that won, and the market's going nuts, and gold, we'll look at it here in a minute. Kind of did a little bounce back today. This is on fire. November 13th, only 6 days away. Wow, I'm just not seeing a pullback here. Not with this kind of fire. It's going to be very interesting. We might get a pullback later on going into December. But at least for the moment, guys and gals, the world is bullish on the direction of America after this election. We'll see how long this lasts. 6,000 plus and still humming along. Let's take a look at the trade of the day and see where was that. Let's get the Gibbs Plus indicator turned on. Always want to be looking at multiple time frames. Okay, this is the 5-minute chart, but you want to be looking at the 15-minute chart and the 1-hour chart as well for intraday stuff. Of course, you want to be aware of the daily and the weekly, right? We know the market's very bullish right now. So guess what? On any intraday chart, with the market as bullish as it is on the daily chart, you should be thinking about going long. You get that? You understand what I'm saying? The bias has been long for the last 3 days, right? Trump gets elected, the market goes nuts, it's going very bullish. Guess what? You should be thinking, at least the last 2 days anyway, opportunities to go long, right? That makes sense because the market's bullish. You don't want to be shorting the market during bullish tendencies. And you don't want to be longing the market if it's bearish. Okay, excuse me, had to get a cup of coffee there. Sip of my coffee. Let's take a look. Where is the trade of the day? Okay. Well, for the early birds, the first really good one was right there at 5:40 Central Time here in Texas. Right there, guys and gals. A great trade. This is an awesome trade at 5:40 pre-market. Okay, why is it so awesome? See how this barely touched the bottom? I talk about this all the time. Look at this one. Here's another one that did it over here. This one did it over here. This did it all day long, all day long, all day long. And then finally, we got over here to a little past noon. It came down and touched. All of these lines on the SMI, Stochastic Momentum Index, that don't touch the bottom, that's bullish. Why? Because look at the momentum. It's positive territory. Positive. It's above the zero line. Okay? So guess what? When the momentum back over here, see how it crossed over and went positive momentum? It happened like right about here. Okay? But you could go long probably like right in this area, like right here. So that puts us about, I don't know, you could pick this candlestick right here maybe. Right about 59.70. Okay, and you're just watching this SMI. It doesn't hit the bottom, it doesn't hit the bottom, it doesn't hit the bottom. Just stay in the trade. You just stay in there. Boom, 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 all the way. Right, because it never touches the bottom. Yeah, I know. In real life, when it pulls back, you get scared. And you're scared. I get it. Okay, you have to understand your own risk tolerance. Okay, but as long as this is staying, this momentum is staying positive down here, and this is not touching the bottom, you're good to go. This is very strong. Okay. So super sweet. Let me get rid of the cycles because they don't really apply to the 5-minute chart. Okay, so that's what that is right there. Bing, bang, bong. You ride it from about 59.70, and pretty safely, you could have ridden this all up to 59.90. That's 20 points pretty easily, $1,000 right there. And then there was another opportunity. Let's see how good this is. Let me just see if this is what. Oh yeah, this is excellent. So we made $1,000 early pre-market. Let's talk about this next one that's smoking hot. This one happened right here at 130 or 125 or 130. Take your pick. Both are excellent. There's two different signals there at the same, one after the other. Right here, these two plum candlesticks. Why is that? Here it is. Down, touch, come up, tries to go down, doesn't, right? Doesn't touch. Look at momentum. It's just sitting right on the zero line. When you see that, just trade the SMI. Sure enough, it goes positive momentum here and takes off. Okay, so you could probably get in the trade somewhere like right in here on this candlestick, okay? We'll call it 6,000 even. And it ran all the way up to 60.10. That was another 10 points. Okay, that's $500. So there's an easy $500 in the afternoon on the E1 contract, E-mini. Okay, so you had two huge opportunities on the 5-minute chart today. Really, really nice. Let's look at the 15-minute chart. Do we have anything over here to talk about? Not really. At least not get us plus indicator wise. But guess what? You could have still traded this. How do we know? Look at this right here. Comes up, tracks sideways, dips down, doesn't go any further down, goes all the way up. That's a trade right there, right somewhere in that area. Look at this, positive momentum. Remember we saw on the 5-minute chart, it happened to be like 5:30 in the morning, whatever it was. Same thing happened here on the 15-minute chart. There it is. There's your trade. You don't even need to get a plus indicator to do it. Happens again right there. Happens again right here. They don't touch the bottom line. Momentum here, all this is what? Above the zero line. You could just do this trade over and over and over again. Okay. You can also do it bearish. Bearish would be the opposite, right? Bearish would be just the opposite. Price is obviously going down, but how do you know when to get in the trade? Because what you're going to get is you're going to get something kind of like, let me see if I can figure this part out. It's kind of like this. It comes down, it goes deep. Usually in bearish markets, you get below the line deep. It comes up and it doesn't go all the way to the top line. It stops short and goes down again. Okay, and that's where you make your trade right there, where it doesn't touch the top line, right? It starts curling over. So it's the opposite. This is bearish, it doesn't touch the top line. This is bullish, doesn't touch the bottom line. Okay, and you can be patient here a little bit. You can wait for it to curl up a little bit and just get in the trade a little bit later, right? You don't have to be spot on if you're kind of a nervous trader. Okay, those are the trades of the day. Let's get to the rest of the other products. Daily chart here on the Dow Jones Transportation. We can get rid of the Get Us Plus indicator here on the daily chart. Not quite as useful on the intraday charts. I mean, on the daily charts. Okay, Dow Jones pulled back today. Dow Jones Transportation, it is. December 10th is the cycle low. Way up here. Today was a pullback day. Kind of tracking sideways there, right? Let's look at the Russell 2000. A small down day. Very small down day. Okay. And if we look at the daily cycles, there's something here for November 19th. Let's see, what is this one out here? Kind of December 9th. I'm not sure I really trust that cycle, to be honest. This one came early here, like really early. It's probably legit. Let's duplicate it. It's probably still valid. We'll have to keep a really close eye on this. December 9th, we put it in there. Everybody knows what it is, right? There's this December 9th cycle there. This one came really early, right? It happened over here. This one was pretty much spot on, slowly came down. This one was spot on over here. So we're pretty good there for some few cycles back. That one over there looks really good as well. Right, it came a little early too and then bounced and came back down again. So those cycles are pretty decent. This one's early, so we're going to see what happens here. But December 9th is the cycle low for the Russell 2000. The 19th, it's 12 days away. We could see a pullback here, maybe a little bit into that, but it may not be much. Let's take a look at the NASDAQ. Green day. That's interesting, right? Russell 2000 struggled today. That's all those small stocks, right? Russell 2000 struggling, but the NASDAQ did well. Another bounce day. Look at that. The futures, the NASDAQ futures overnight gapped up again. Huge. My goodness. Wow. Let's look at the daily chart here. Daily cycles. November 13th is the next cycle down. Guess what? I just don't think it's going to happen. I don't think that's going to happen. That big old cycle is as good as it looks back here. Look how good this cycle has been. Bang, bang, bang. Now we get here. We got the Trump train. Whoa, oh, man. This cycle could get left behind. A little early to say, but we're only 6 days out. Man, this cycle just could get totally ignored. Not happen. Okay. That's what it looks like to me. A big change in the behavior of the market. Let's look at the SPX. Gotta deal with these 2-hour charts to give me a hassle here. Another gap up on the SPX. Obviously, the futures overnight gapped up or went up, and then we got a gap at the open of the intraday. Like this one also, November 14th. Boy, I think it's going to struggle to do a pullback into November 14th. I just don't see it happening. Nothing. I don't think we're going to get a big pullback into this big old cycle low here. I just don't think it's going to happen. Not with this going on. Not enough time for a big pullback. It might be something in here, but I don't think it's going to be big. It might happen more out here. What is this over here? It's like December 13th or 14th or something. Yeah, December 15th. Now we may get something out in there. But not right now. I don't think it's going to happen. Okay, let's look at the Nikkei 225 Japanese market. Wow. Just kind of chopping sideways here a little bit. Slight bias upward. Positive. Moving up. Positive momentum. A little bit of a pullback today, but not enough to make me think the market's pulling back, that's for sure. Let's look at the Japanese yen. Struggle bus. Oh my goodness. The struggle bus continues for the Japanese yen. That is very bearish right there. And even though yesterday I said, yes, I think you should go short, I still believe it should be short right now. You're going to have to pay close attention to this if it starts really getting going, okay? But right now that looks bearish to me. Small position short, I think, is okay. Just watch your risk management for any kind of market moving in the other direction. But that looks like it wants to go further southbound. Let's take a look at the euro dollar. I also like the yen trying to do the bouncy bounce. I just don't see it happening here. This is very negative. Yes, we got a crossover here, so you have to be careful of that. But this just has that written on it. So we'll see what's happening there. I think probably okay to short that small position. I'll short Alicious. Let's take a look at the British pound. Probably a small bounce day too. Yeah, another bounce day here for British pound. This is stronger. See, this one I wouldn't short. See how it has that kind of bias, wants to roll over. It's like struggling to make some gains. It's chopping sideways, getting kind of wide and chopping. But I wouldn't trade this. I wouldn't trade that. I think of the three, the yen or the euro looks like the better of the trades. Let's look at the dollar, which is probably small down day is my guess. Yeah, down day. Yeah, kind of a decent sized down day here. Okay. I think one of my customers, one of my members on the Discord server was mentioning the, I think it was a 10-year yield. They keep track of the 10-year yield. So, you know what, we'll look at that real quick. I don't normally watch it, but I do actually watch it occasionally, personally on the side. But you know what, we'll make a part of this video. As a matter of fact, let's look at it right now. We're going to use the micro, 10-year Y micro. Yeah, kind of matching the dollar, right? The 10-year yield kind of matching the dollar. A little of a pullback day there. What's the daily doing? Okay. December 10th, another December 10th day. That's kind of a popular day. We'll put it over here, December 10th. That's again, now we're seeing another cycle there on December 10th. Let's clean this up, make it yellow, make it bigger to 18. And I think it's going to be what? Top, I think is how this works. Yeah, there you go. December 10th, that's your cycle low over there for the 10-year yield. Man, on fire, right? 10-year yield's on fire. Looks like it may, just maybe, and it's way too early to tell, but cut might be topping out here a little bit. May give a little bit up. But this is extremely bullish so far, so we got to be a little patient here. But yeah, it could be maybe just fractionally starting to show signs of a little bit of fatigue. Kind of like this stuff over here, so kind of choppy top. Kind of getting kind of choppy up here. So we'll watch it, keep an eye on this. It's a little early to say, but yeah, this might start to pull back. So that's a 10-year yield. If I remember, I'll put this into the daily video. But it looks like it tracks the US dollar mostly. Let's take a look at, what do we want to look at? Look at gold. Do gold, silver, crude oil. Gold got hammered pretty hard on Trump's win. And I talked about that last week or 2 weeks ago. I said if Trump wins, gold will probably pull back for a while. And you might see the price of gold get suppressed for a bit. That could last quite a while. You could see gold come all the way down 2,500. It could really get pulled back pretty significantly, especially if people believe the economy is going to be good, right? They're going to be less inclined to hedge, right? And they're not going to purchase much gold. And that's fine. That's trading, right? That's a product that you trade. Gold and silver, you can trade as a product as futures. But for actually acquiring physical silver or gold, yeah, I think it's a good time to acquire. As price is declining, you kind of do a cost average thingy and you start purchasing it up because guess what? Price is going down, better value. That's for people who are looking to purchase for, accumulation, right? Accumulating physical gold or silver. So keep that in mind if that's your thing. Because remember, guys and gals, the economy is cyclical. What happens when Trump's gone in 4 years? Does the left take over again? Right? You can't be too short-sighted. We're going to have a pretty good 4 years here probably in America. You're going to see a lot of reformation. You're going to see a lot of things change. America's going to get cleaned up in a lot of ways. There's going to probably be a good economy. At least they're going to make an effort to turn it around and all that stuff, which should present an opportunity to purchase gold and silver if it continues to go down. And I think it probably will here for a little bit. Okay. But long term, I'm talking maybe even years going out, I think gold will bounce to 3,000. The only way it doesn't do that, guys and gals, is if Trump and the conservatives, which is made up of way too many rhinos, but if they put an honest effort into reducing the national debt and stopping the bleeding, that's a different story. Watch for that. If they put a big effort into reducing the national debt, which right now is $35+ trillion, then I could see gold and silver being suppressed even more. Okay. But if they don't and they ignore it and this debt goes up, then gold's going to bounce back eventually and go to 3,000. So that's the key right there, is that national debt. Okay. So that's a biggie. Okay. Let's look at silver. Kind of in the same boat as gold. Right now, silver's kind of trying to make a bottom here. I don't think it's done. I think it's going to go lower. This is going to do a bouncy bounce and probably fail. Okay. So I would be looking, if you're trading silver, that's how I would trade it. If you're looking to acquire silver, which I do from time to time, I'm looking at my chops. This price is going down. I'm going to acquire a little at a time and keep on acquiring. December 16th, another one that's near the 10th. We had December 10th. Now we got December 16th. Lots of cycles right around that time frame. Okay, that's my take on silver. I think it's going to do this kind of action. I don't think it's going to do a big bounce, get way back up here. It's going to come up in here somewhere, maybe not even get to the top line. It might get up there, it might not, and then this momentum is going to go negative here. Probably something like this, right? But we are supposedly starting a new cycle, so can it do a turnaround? Yes, it can do that sometimes. Bouncy bounce, get way up here, maybe. So we're at the beginning of a new cycle, so we got to pay attention and watch its behavior. Overall, though, this momentum just looks pretty menacing to me, like it's going to go negative here within the next 2 or 3 weeks or something like that, okay? Maybe even sooner. I see opportunity to acquire physical silver with this kind of price action. All right. Let's take a look at, let's see, crude oil. Crude oil. What is going on here? We can get rid of that. You know what? It's doing the bounce. And it's trying to go positive momentum. Amazingly, this is going to try to go positive momentum. If it does that, that's a big deal. It's very interesting dynamic here. Temporarily, this could go up to maybe like $76, maybe. Right, temporarily, I could see this getting up in here, $76, $77 maybe, up in this area. Maybe try to test this high up in this area. Long term, though, with Trump being president, and they're going to open up the wells, guys. Oil's going to get suppressed. There's a high chance oil's going to go down to $50, $60. I'm telling you. I actually believe that. If you could remember, futures are a little bit tricky, but I could see just shorting futures that are a year from now, like December 2025. I'm sorry, not, yeah. Let's say December 2025 futures, which would be the futures a year from these futures, okay? I could see shorting that. I honestly believe, you have to look at, before you do that, don't do it. That's just my opinion, okay? I'm not giving advice here. It's just my opinion. But I would look at the weekly. I'd look at the monthly. I'd really do my homework on all this. But I think crude oil with Trump being in the White House, I could see it in the 60s, like $60, $55, $58, like that. Because he's going to do everything he can to open up the faucets on crude oil and push that price down. That's what I think is going to happen. I think crude oil is going to go down. That's my take on crude oil. Let's look at corn. We're almost finished up with this, guys and gals. Hang in there. We're almost done. Corn. I said yesterday I thought corn was still good for a small, long position. Bingo. Ding, ding, ding. Winner, winner. Chicken dinner. Give that man a prize. I did say gold. Yeah. Corn. Corn has a gold color to it, doesn't it? Yellowish gold. The corn was good for a little bit longer here. Probably okay to go a little bit long. And sure enough, today was a decent up day. It's getting a bit elevated. I'd be careful. Looks like we're going to get some nice positive momentum here. But November 25th, got to watch it. Pull them back into that. Okay, that's something we do have to be careful of. That's quite a ways off still, but it could start happening in the next week or so, maybe 2 weeks, whatever, we start seeing a pullback here. I'd be a little bit cautious because the SMI is really elevated. I think maybe wait on the sidelines a little bit. Don't touch gold. I mean, I keep calling it gold. Don't touch corn. I think the buying opportunities were here, here, and here. Those were really, really nice. I talked about this on and on and on at nausea over the last couple of weeks that corn looked like a good purchase to me. I think there were so many chances in corn to make some good money. Now I'd be a little cautious. It's just a little bit elevated here. Be a little cautious. If it does one of these deals, you all know how I look at this. If the SMI comes down, which it probably will, and does that and goes up, just buy the snot out of it. Okay, especially over here, past this November 25th date. Okay, if it does a dippy-do and does one of these guys, jump on the Trump train, as they say. Okay, that's corn. Let's finish up with the XLP, which is the ETF I like to keep track of. Always like to keep track of the Spider Fund Consumer Staples ETF. A small little update. This still looks like it's in big trouble. I still like this particular ETF for short side trade down into November 25th, guys and gals. I think get your options out. This is probably the way to trade this. If you can find options, I would go with an options strategy that's to the short side. Puts, whatever. There's other ways to do that. Okay, that's my opinion about the XLP. Again, I don't give financial advice or trading advice. I just give opinion on this content. I think that's it. $7.99 a month. Become a member. You get the S&P 500 charts, 5-minute, 15-minute, 1 hour with the cycles on there. Also gold, same thing. Really good streaming charts there. Get a nightly email Monday through Thursday. 5 different charts are attached to the email. 3 of the 2-hour charts for the big indices, and then I also attach a daily and weekly for the S&P 500. So really nice email every night, Monday through Thursday. I always give my opinion about what I think the market's going to do the next day. There are alerts on the Discord server. Those are member-only channels. So when you join, you get access to the Discord server. If you want to get alerts, let's say for the S&P 500 or gold, for instance, you would just go to those channels on the Discord server, right-click on those channels with your mouse, turn notifications on, and bingo, your Discord app is going to get you alerts. You're going to get it right on your phone or on your laptop or your desktop, wherever you have the Discord app installed, okay? All right, I think that pretty much covers it. Talk to all real soon again next time.